Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 29th of December 2020. Thanks for joining me. Let's see what the Celestial Tarot has to say about Tuesday and what energy you'll be working with. So I'm going to choose my three cards here. Let's have a look. First card, we've got Mars, the Tower. Okay, very dramatic. Then we've got Centaurus, the Eight of Pentacles. Finally, Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so very dramatic day. The Tower is a major arcana card, so is the Wheel of Fortune. So these are big fundamental themes. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles at the center, and that's a minor arcana card. It's interesting, I was lying in bed last night and I was kind of asking something about the future, and the message I got was the Eight of Pentacles. And it was interesting because the Eight of Pentacles can mean several things. It can mean work hard and keep plugging away at things and get busy. It can mean follow the rules and be very focused in the work that you're doing. It can also mean endless work without really getting anywhere and doing the same thing over and over again. But the message I got yesterday was to go with the meaning of keep plugging away, keep putting energy into the situation. Don't shy away from the work involved and you'll get a positive outcome. So it's interesting that I kind of got that message yesterday and that the Eight of Pentacles is coming up today, because that's the meaning I'm going to go with. Keep going, keep working, keep putting energy and effort into whatever it is that you care about, and you will overcome the challenges and the obstacles, and you will be able to overcome whatever is holding you back. So the Tower is a card that is usually associated with destruction and things being blown up. You can see the Tower here in the background coming undone. And the Tower can mean that certain things in your life which have been there for a long time are now up in the air and they no longer have so much power over you. So it can be good or bad. So let's say you're in a situation that's really oppressive and restrictive. If the Tower comes along, that's a good thing because it opens up your life and you have the freedom to find a different structure or a different institution or a different circumstance which doesn't oppress you and which actually supports you and gives you shelter. If it's a good situation, it can be seen as negative, because if you've built something, let's say you've built your own business for years and years and years, and you ask a question and the Tower comes along, it says that something can come undone and that you're going to have to make changes, and that can be unpleasant or unwelcome. But at the center of this card, we've got this huge soldier, this big centurion here, and we've got the symbol for Mars, the red planet, the planet responsible for your drive, your willpower, your desires, and what it is you're going to fight for. And he's really the epitome of a soldier fighting for something. He's bringing down the house. And I really think this has to do with your willpower. So you don't need to feel like things are holding you back or that you don't have a choice. Even if you're in a situation that you've been in for 20 years, you still have the choice, no matter how uncomfortable change might feel. If you've had enough, and if you say, you know what, my life purpose is not to be part of this, for example, job that I dislike for 20 years, there is something else that I ought to be doing. And I have the armor on, and I have the passion and the desire and the certainty and the strength to knock this all down, because I want to clear the decks before I can do something new that I actually enjoy. So that's kind of interesting, because a lot of people don't like conflict. And anger is something that can be frightening and scary, but sometimes you need to get angry if you want to change things. You can't just say, oh yeah, that's all very nice, and accept everything that comes along, because at some point you have to assert yourself at times. Otherwise, other people may think you are on board. You know, if you never say anything or if you never react, then people tend to overlook your needs and desires because they're busy doing their own thing. And that's why this kind of energy is important. So today you won't find it difficult to stand up for yourself. It's not going to be tricky to discover what it is you want in the situation. The armor there enables you to face difficulties and to say, okay, I'm going into this circumstance. It may not be the most pleasant situation that I've ever been in, but I'm strong enough to weather this storm. I have to go through this because I've made a decision for myself, and I'm going to stick to that decision, and I'm protected and shielded. I'm capable, I can shield myself, and it's important that I communicate and articulate what's going on for me Otherwise, I won't get what I want. So the Mars card is saying that you can get what you want today, even if it's really challenging and if you have to jump over a couple of hurdles to get there. You have the energy and the drive and the strength to do all of that, and you can really achieve a lot. And also, if you need to end things before you can move on, you also have the capacity to do that, again, no matter how difficult that may be, and to say, this no longer suits me, and I'm not going to live in this tower because I don't like it. I'm going to move on. Next, Centaurus. We've got Saturn and Virgo there. Saturn is the planet that's responsible for the rules and the way you're living your life and the structures in your life. Virgo is about taking lots and lots of information, breaking it down and making sense of it, breaking down the good from the bad so that you can hang on to the good stuff and you can eliminate the things that don't serve you. The Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles is earth, it's practicality. So it's about being intelligent in the way that you work, being consistent, having lots of stamina, being able to set your own goals and to make your own rules and to then work within those rules to kind of create a path for yourself. What's interesting is that we have a Centaur in here, and a Centaur is usually associated with Sagittarius and Jupiter. Jupiter is good luck and fortune and growth, and Sagittarius is optimism, and it's about looking ahead and galloping away into something that's fun and exciting. So by looking at your circumstances, so looking at the tower and saying, is this good for me, or is it bad for me, or is it neither? Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel motivated? Do I feel happy? No. Then I'm going to do something about that. I'm going to rely on the strength that Saturn is giving me. It's kind of like, imagine it like you have some steel in your spine and it says, I'm not going to accept this just because it's been presented to me. I have a choice here. I don't have to make do with what I've got. I can create my own circumstances and I can make my own rules. And that then gives you a real power to keep plugging away at things in a way that serve you. And the Centaur in itself means that by doing this, you're going to go quite far, because the Centaur is built to move. He doesn't stay put. It's always moving forward. The bow and arrow there, it's always setting goals. So simply by getting in touch with yourself, not necessarily your own anger, but your own conviction that things can be different and that you can make sense of things on your own. That's all that's required to get things moving. So we've got a big restrictive tower that usually holds you back is being blown up. So freedom and everything is open to you. And then we've got the Centaur. It's almost like a taxi pulling up in front of the tower. As soon as it blows up, it's like, come on, get in, and you're off. So things aren't going to be slow today. They're going to be moving very quickly as a result of your willpower, your insights, and your not inability, but your unwillingness to compromise. It's really about what you want today, and that's sometimes really important. So if you are someone who struggles with that, if you struggle to assert yourself, then that's not going to be an issue today. What you do need to watch out for is if you are an angry person and you blow up at the smallest thing, then it's important to look at how you can use your energy in a productive way to create things which are long-lasting and permanent, rather than picking every little fight that comes your way and blowing up 10 times in that day. Finally, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we do have Jupiter now. Jupiter is about the world getting bigger, and it's about expanding your own life and making it more fortuitous and serving you. We've got Jupiter here. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, and we've got each sign in the zodiac. So this applies to everybody, whether you're a Leo or an Aquarius or a Capricorn. Sometimes you're on top of the wheel, and sometimes everything is wonderful and grand. Other times you're falling off the wheel, and things aren't so peachy, and you have to kind of work with those circumstances to get back to the top where you feel good and comfortable. And again, it's a card that says we're not always going to be at ease and content in our lives, and that's there for a reason. If we're always content with everything that comes our way, we'll never change anything. So it's discontent is actually the energy that's being used today to make your life better and to open things up. So if you feel cranky or if you feel dissatisfied with something, don't brush that away and say, oh, I should be so grateful and I should just accept everything that's rubbishy in my life as this wonderful thing and go into denial about it. No, accept the way you feel and then realize that you can do something with those feelings and you can make changes for yourself. So we got Sagittarius again, the sign ruled by Jupiter. So we've got loads of fiery Sagittarius energy, which says that you are not trapped. You're free. You can gallop off in any direction that you want. And we've got these kind of spirits walking up by some pillars here. And it's this kind of eternal journey to something bigger and higher. So you're never off the wheel. You never get off this merry-go-round. As long as we're alive, we're going to be up at times, we're going to be down at times. And Jupiter is saying, don't resist that. Accept that certain things aren't going to be perfect, and that's okay. Because that will generate feelings which either cause you to act or they lead to something which is positive. But even if you then achieve that amazing positive thing, after a while, there may be something in it that dissatisfies you, and then you have to get back on the wheel and you have to start all over. So it really doesn't matter where you are in your life. The card is saying that you're lucky. And by putting the energy into your own experience and saying, I don't have to rest on my laurels here, or I don't have to stay stuck. That's all you need to do today to activate this Sagittarius energy and to get things moving again and to gallop off into something more positive. All of this, the acceptance that you're on this wheel, kind of culminates in this lightning, this bolt of lightning here, and it goes down to planet Earth where it's grounded and it creates a lot of energy and it has a major impact. So you don't have to do anything really, you just have to accept the way you feel, whether that's brilliant or not so brilliant. That opens things up for you, and it's going to make a big dent on planet Earth where you create a space for you in which you can thrive and where you can be free and go in whatever direction you want to go in. So it's a really lucky, positive, marvelous day to become the person you want to be. Number-wise, we've got 16 and 8 is 24 and 10 is 34. 3 and 4 is 7. 7 is the mind and creativity. So use all the feelings you've got, anger and excitement and resentment and joy and bliss and everything that you're feeling at the moment, and channel it into something practical for yourself. Accept the way you're feeling. Or first of all, accept the way you're feeling before you channel it. So look at all your emotions. Don't try and brush them aside. Accept everything that's going on for you internally. Realize that that is normal and everyone else is going through the same thing. And that's going to allow you to create this space where you can create a pathway for yourself, which you can move along. So it's all systems go. And it's really important that you don't resist negative emotions. I think that's the only thing that can be a potential pitfall. It's about embracing all the emotions, and they are really the fuel that gives you the power to move ahead. Have a wonderful Tuesday. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a fabulous Tuesday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.